Test, test, test. Can you guys hear me? Let a few more people jump in. What's going on, wannabe? Can you hear me all right? How you doing today, wannabe? Yep, a 3080 laptop. Let's take a look at the specs real quick. So yeah, this machine's rocking the AMD Ryzen 9 5900HS processor. Let me pull up my... Oh, do you have COVID, wannabe? I've had that once. Display settings. So yeah, we're rocking the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3080 graphics card. So let's see what this guy can do today. Alright, so let's start with Geekbench. Oh, not that one. Geekbench. Geekbench 5. Tig Zig, how's it going, my friend? You guys having a good Wednesday? Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Can't complain. Run CPU benchmark. Let's see what we got. How hot is it there in Canada right now? start setting up this document for you guys. Geekbench 5, 3D Mark, Cinebench, then games, HW info. Yeah, currently it's 81 degrees here in Texas right now, so that's pretty hot. Alright, so we got a single core score of 1463 for Geekbench 5 and a multi-core score of 8140. Let's go ahead and type those in. Go ahead and snip this too before I lose it. $81.40. I don't know if you can hear the typing on the microphone, but it's kind of a soothing typing sound. Although pretty quiet. Man, 104 degrees Fahrenheit, that's hot. Examining system configuration. Here we go. So yeah, we can see we got the RTX 3080 laptop GPU. It's the GA104M. Wow, yeah, this has got a lot of stats in it. Thanks for that tip, Ricardo. I've seen this before. I just didn't think about. I didn't know the name of this this software where people were getting this. Pretty cool. Alright, so let's jump into another cool benchmark. Close that down. Or let's run a compute benchmark real quick with CUDA. Test out the CUDA power. Blessings with AC. Actually, I'm going to turn my AC up a little bit because it kind of feels like it's 80 degrees in my house right now. 132,988 for the CUDA score. Yeah, I'm really surprised how incredibly quiet this machine has been from the few tests that I have done. So there's something called the Armory Crate on this machine, and let me pull that up real quick. I'm actually going to be using this while I'm running my benchmarks. There's an app. If you click on this little icon right here, I've already downloaded this app, but the Armory Crate app lets you view all of your system data, and you can even change your thermal profiles and all of your settings from your phone while you're in the game, so you don't have to exit the game. So I'm going to pull that up real quick. So then connect device. So now on my phone, you can see right here, you've got your different thermal profile settings. And then you can even monitor, I'm going to show you on the app, you can monitor your GPU and CPU frequencies. I don't know if you guys can see that on there. So yeah, while we're in the game, I'm going to be referencing the app in order to see exactly what we're getting as far as temperature issues and how much it's actually using of the CPU and the GPU. And then I'll be able to change my settings to turbo when I need to go into turbo mode. Alright, let's see what some of these questions are saying. Alright, let's jump into 3D Mark. I'm going to change my temperature real quick. Installing, what? I thought it was already on here. How's it going, Khalid? Welcome to the benchmarks. What do you guys think of the new Alienware X series laptops coming out? Is that something you guys are interested in seeing? Oh, you know what? I'm sorry, guys. I wasn't in turbo mode when I ran that first benchmark, so that's not going to be as strong as it really should be. I'll rerun the Geekbench test to see if it's any better after going to turbo mode. Long load time on this 3D Mark. Why is this not full screening? There we go. So right now the CPU is at 84 degrees Celsius, and the GPU, just looking at my cool little app right here. Man, it's hard to see with that. The green screen effect. So yeah, we're looking at 59 degrees Celsius on the GPU. So the GPU is staying pretty cool throughout this test. It's only using 4% of the GPU right now, it says. Poison Scorpion, how's it going? Congrats on winning the gift card last Friday. So right now in turbo mode, the fan speed, it looks like it's at about maybe 60%. So it's not cranking the fans to their max right now. Can you guys hear me? Kicked me off. Can you guys hear me? Kicked me off. Alright, I see myself on the live chat on my phone. So that looks like it's in working order. Let's get back into this. Sorry about that. So let's rerun this since that was messed up. Run. So I'm going to download MSI because I like how it gives me a good history. Hopefully this installs before the benchmark starts. There we go. Even though we have that cool app, I still like this hardware monitor to be able to see what happens over time. So between AMD and Intel, what's your guys' take on which processor is better? Got my fan on full blast. I don't know if you guys can hear that noise in the microphone. I can turn it down if you guys want. Yeah, Intel's had a nice run, but it just seems like AMD's been doing a lot of things a lot better. I'm gonna plug in my speaker so I can actually hear this sound. Test was canceled by the user. Workload appears to be running in windowed mode. This invalidates the result. What? So what is making it run in windowed mode? That's new. Scaled resolution. I want full screen. Let's try this again. It's a bright light. Still running in windowed mode. Interesting. I'm gonna exit that. If I run it by itself and not through Steam. Interesting. It's saying that it's already running. Doesn't look like it's running. Stop running. Now let's try this. Just to keep this kind of in tune with the rest, I'm going to switch my settings to 1080p instead of 1440p. Just to make sure we're not trying to push 1440p. Keep everybody on the same level playing field when it comes to benchmarks. Scanning system info. Alright, I want this to not run in windowed mode. So let's make it 1920 by 1080. Stretched. We want it stretched. So this has to be non-windowed mode. So let's see what this does. I'm gonna look it up on my phone too to see what might be causing the windowed mode error. Okay, that's looking better. Yeah, I just love these visual effects. They did a really good job with this test. I mean, that's quite a bit of time and effort and work put into just this benchmark test. Not sure why we're not getting audio on this. Got my speakers up. Reach for it. You got it. I don't know if this is like some sort of ice dragon or chrome dragon, but it looks really cool. Epic. Just epic. Graphics test number 1. So I've got a really fun unboxing video of this ROG Zephyrus G15 laptop coming on Friday. I'm hoping to get the next one, the actual review, edited for the following Friday. But I've got a lot going on before then, so that might not happen. We'll see. But yeah, I'm really trying to get a good quality video out for you guys once a week. The BF trailer looked too good. I don't think I saw that trailer yet. Let me look that up. Ooh, streamed 26 minutes ago. The Battlefield reveal trailer reaction. Battlefield 2042 official reveal trailer. Ooh, that's pretty cool. I want to take a look at that. You guys want me to pop that on? We can watch it. Actually, I don't know if you think there's gonna be copyright issues with that. Watching a trailer while this guy Westy did a Battlefield reveal trailer reaction. I'm guessing you can watch the entire trailer, and as long as you're reacting to it and you've got your face in the corner, it should be fine, right? Let me see what he did. When did it say that the Battlefield game was coming out, Damon? Alright, we got 9132 overall. Start putting those in. And then graphics score, we got 9236. CPU score, got 8590. Do a cool little print screen on this for my review video. "42 minutes ago." Alright, let me see if I can get some audio in here. Desktop audio. I want to make sure that you guys can hear the audio that I'm hearing from my streaming computer. New comp. Settings. Not liking my speakers right now. Speaker out. We'll just do my normal laptop speakers right now since the audio is being kind of janky. Alright, let's check this out. Let's do a little less of me. Wait, not yet. A little less of me, a little bit more Battlefield. Meow. Oh man. Oh snap. What? Man, this looks amazing. Oh, snap. Oh. Oh my gosh. I want to know the animation studios that did this. man. No way. Oh my gosh. What? That's so impossible, but I love it. What is that? Oh my god. Justin J, how's it going, man? That was insane. Oh my gosh. How much money did they spend on that trailer? It's amazing how hyped you can get for a video game where you saw no gameplay. That was amazing. Wow. Thanks for sharing that, Damon. I'm definitely gonna watch that 3 more times. Alright, so I got the 3D Mark down. Let's jump into... That trailer just made my day. I think I told you guys, but I come from a 3D animation background. Been doing it for about 10, 12 years. I've done some visual effects in my videos, but I don't have enough time to do them like I used to full time. But yeah, with 3D animation and visual effects like that, that stuff takes a long time and it requires a lot of skill. So I respect that kind of work a lot. So you guys want Cinebench R23 or Cinebench R20? Because it seems like a lot of people are running both. I tend to like to go for the newer stuff. I guess that's the... Stay pursuing your dream. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, YouTube's definitely, it's definitely hard work. And in the beginning, it makes pretty much not any money at all. Like, I'm not making hardly any money right now, but I can see it slowly growing and slowly growing. Obviously, the first 6 months where I was under 1,000 subscribers, didn't make a penny. But yeah, I think gradually as things start gaining momentum, and as soon as I did get one small sponsorship deal, so I put a shout out to a sponsor in my next video that's going to be uploaded on Friday. This company that basically it's a virus protection software, but they're pretty legit. I'll put a link in the description for them, called Viper Antivirus. Man, that trailer was insane. So the June beta, I wonder if I can jump in on that beta. Maybe do some live streams of that. I'm interested to see what this machine can handle as far as the graphics on a game like that. So yeah, everybody that's jumped in on the chat, you guys get first dibs on any of the games that I have, which ones you want to see the frames per second benchmarks first. Alright, let's make sure I close out Chrome, because that could be a resource hog sometimes. Let's close out everything else before we run the Cinebench. Not that, we don't want to close that. Let's go ahead and save that. Keep that open. Alright, let's see what we got. Someone, Russell, bro, conduct a giveaway. I am doing a giveaway on Friday. I'm doing my weekly Friday giveaway. It's almost been a year of me doing those weekly giveaways now. So it's been about $500 that I've given away in Amazon gift cards. And I'm still doing it, even though I lost my job a few weeks ago. Just having hope and faith and just trusting that God's going to provide, just as long as I keep working hard and try to present as much value for people as possible, and the money will come eventually. But I have a little bit of a cushion in the bank saved up to kind of help get through the beginning stages of not hardly making any money on this yet. Definitely doesn't pay the bills in the beginning, that's for sure. XCOM, how you doing? Good to see you again. You know, maybe one week I'll do a giveaway during the live stream instead of in my weekly review video. That might be fun. I'm doing pretty good. I can't complain. It's kind of hot here in Texas right now, but my family's doing really good. The kids are out of school now, so they're actually at something called Vacation Bible School right now, which is kind of like a camp at one of the local churches where they just kind of do some fun activities with the kids and just talk about the Bible and things like that. My daughter actually chipped her tooth yesterday, though, playing one of their activities She fell on her water bottle, um, and she said she didn't notice that she chipped it right away. But then when she drank her water, her tooth hurt. So she's gonna be going to the dentist now, and hopefully they can kind of put something on it to kind of seal it up, or I don't know if we. Hopefully we won't have to get veneers because those are pretty expensive. But yeah, the baby's doing great. Our son Bennett, he's 1 years old now. But he is a handful. He crawls everywhere, just always going, go, go, go. Anything that's dangerous in the house, that's typically what he wants to go towards and pick up. I need to take some more videos of just him giggling, because the weirdest things will set off his giggles, and I don't care who you are, when you watch him giggle, it it makes your whole day better. I'm glad this stream is a lot smoother. I'm using Streamlabs this time around. I don't know what was wrong with OBS last week and why there is such a lag and delay. Let me look at my... Yeah, right now it's saying that my stream is at 2.5 kilobits per second, which is, I mean, not very fast. And somehow it's a lot smoother than last week. 128 players in Battlefield. How do they do this stuff? A lot of times the trailers for these videos are kind of outsourced out to a different animation company. So I'm wondering if the company that actually made the game created the trailer, or if it was another animation company. But I really want to go watch a video on just some behind the scenes, because I love watching the behind the scenes on how these different visual effects shots were made. I can't imagine how long that took and how much money they spent on just the trailer for that. I mean, you see how much money they put into movies. That was way better than any movie trailer I've seen. Baton Rouge. Very nice. So I think this chat has, is it roughly maybe half? No, it's probably about 30% from India and then 70% US. Or no, there's somebody from Canada. Looks like we've got a couple from the US, or a few from the US. It's probably about, I probably see about half from the US and then half from other countries. But UK, Canada, and India, we got a lot of good viewers from. It's a long benchmark. The computer that I use daily was actually the one that I did my first review video on, the Alienware M17R3. And that one's been pretty fast for me. There has been a few instances, though. I don't know if it's Adobe Premiere related or if it's related to the computer, but I know 4K editing can be incredibly processor intensive, and I run CUDA accelerated mode inside of Premiere when I export out my edits, and probably half of the time that I try to do that, I get some sort of crash, some sort of error exporting out 4K videos from Premiere. So sometimes I have to step it down and go and render in software only mode and not use the graphics card just to get the export out. I do have Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I don't have Horizon Zero Dawn, but since you were the first person that made a request right after this Cinebench R23, I'll jump into Shadow of the Tomb Raider and see what kind of FPS we're getting on that. It was engine footage at least. You can find some stuff behind the scenes at DICE, them showing off the extra players in-game from a while back. Wait, so you're saying some of those shots were from the actual... Because I know there's no way all of those shots were not pre-rendered. But, I mean, even some of those shots being in-game engine footage, that would absolutely blow my mind if that's true. But yeah, I really love my Alienware M17. I wish, I mean, through what I've been seeing through just the Amazon affiliate links, a lot of people are going to Amazon. They're clicking on the links after watching my review videos because it's completely 100% honest. Everything about it is exactly how I feel. It's not too crazy of the computer. It's basically just saying my experience over these past 10 months now that I've been using it, and it's generated a lot of clicks going to Amazon. And I reached out to Alienware to ask if they could send me their machines to borrow, because I'm generating, especially on my R12 videos, those are getting they were getting about 2,000 views a day, or the unboxing was getting about 2,000, the review video was getting about 1,000 views per day, but it's sending all this traffic to Amazon instead of sending it to the Dell website. So 1200 164. I mean, I guess they know that I'm not gonna just talk nice about them because they're letting me borrow something, but alright, let's type that in. Multi-core. Alright, let's see what our single core score is. One itty bitty lonely bucket. Looks like my Armory Crate app disconnected. From my phone. As you can see, the CPU's at 86. Our GPU is staying incredibly cool at 48 degrees during this benchmark mode. But I mean, obviously, it's basically running tests on the CPU for Cinebench. But AMD is always going to be pretty cool when it comes to thermals. Do you have high hopes for the X17? I do have high hopes for it. They're hyping it up a lot. I mean, to me, it doesn't make 100% sense why they're expecting these to be so fast with them being the thinnest laptops. But they're making it sound like it's designed in a different way to be able to handle thermals better. So hopefully I can put an order in for one of those just to test it out and show you guys actual real life benchmarks and not just the fluff of what they try to make everybody think. But yeah, I plan to do a full review on the new X machines from Alienware. Yeah, there was you would think they would jump to send you stuff and impress you. Yeah, you would think that they would, once there's, well, I probably have, between all my Alienware videos, I mean, it's over 100,000 views, and you would think that they would just at least let me borrow it and send it back. Just to kind of get the word out there. I mean, unless they're trying to hide something. But they used to have this program called Alienware Hive, and I've seen some other channels that aren't generating hardly any views that are part of Alienware Hive, and I reached out to them and they said that I guess that was a program they did a long time ago, so they've already filled up the amount of influencers that they can use or that they want to have as far as number wise. But I mean, that's kind of shooting themselves in the foot, because then they're kind of holding on to influencers that are either not really that active anymore, or just not the latest people that are just really trying to get the best information out there for people, or the best information in a more entertaining way. What I've been trying to do with a lot of my videos for you guys is I've noticed in a lot of the videos that I watch, almost every 2 seconds there's a camera change or a cut or a new B-roll, and I'm really trying to add a lot of that to my videos, to where there's either at least a jump cut zooming in closer, or something that kind of resets your attention to not have just a talking head straight at the camera the whole time, nothing changing, or even just sprinkling a few B-roll shots in there. It's not enough to maintain the attention of people anymore, especially with TikTok and the instant gratification that people need. So to keep people locked into the information, I like to kind of change what you're seeing on screen in some way about every 2 to 3 seconds. Only 88 degrees. CPU's, I mean, the fans are running pretty hard right now. I like how in the Armory Crate it even shows you what the system acoustics are. 38 decibels. Showing you how fast the CPU and the GPU fans are going. I mean, this overall is, in my opinion, from all the different laptops that I reviewed, the best visual representation of all the most important data that I care about as far as performance. And it even shows you this cool graph here on the side, just showing you, I mean, once, I'm not going to change this right now, but once you change your different thermal modes, it shows you what it kind of leans towards as far as noise reduction, energy saving, cooling, and performance and things like that. Almost done with this one, and then we'll jump into Shadow of a Tomb Raider and see what we got with that. KSC, how's it going? Man, I got some congestion or something today. Think I'm getting something from my baby. He has a little bit of congestion. Get some more coffee real quick. I'll be right back. Nothing like coffee and benchmarks in the morning. Oh my gosh. I didn't think it was still that hot. Alright, well, I guess things will taste like rubber for a week. Yeah, things are going pretty good. Gradually each day the number that I'm making on YouTube is going up a little bit more each day, but I'm putting my full heart and soul into this, just really researching what people are wanting to see the most of, trying to do as many tests as possible to give the best value reviews for people to watch, but also to keep them as engaging and entertaining as possible. Right now on YouTube, the daily amount that I'm making is about $15 a day, which is not that much. The average that I'm making through like Amazon affiliate link commissions is about that same amount per day. So right now it's about $30 a day that I'm making off of YouTube, but that number is gradually going up each day. A couple of months ago it was only about $3 a day. So if I can kind of keep this slope going on, hopefully it can be enough to pay the bills by the end of the year. because number one, I'll run out of money by then. But I just love the creative freedom on being able to create these videos. I've been creating videos and visual effects for about 10, 12 years now, and to be able to create things that are my own without spending 80% of my time on client the decisions that clients make that are kind of indecisive, being able to put my full 100% force and time and energy into exactly what I want to create without redos, because redos take a lot of time and they really limit what you're able to produce. Yeah, look at that CPU score right there on the left side. It's showing some good numbers. Ranking number 2 in the list. Yeah, I'm really interested to see what the difference between the G17 Strix and the ROG G15. There's a lot of good ASUS computers that I really want to get my hands on and test out. They definitely make some good gaming PCs. This channel started out as kind of more of a tech for dads. So I think I'm going to be changing the name of the channel here at some point soon. Just because it's no longer about that. It really is more about gaming PCs, and I really love creating that kind of content, and it seems like that's getting the most traction right now, growing the channel the quickest. One of my first videos, just the unboxing of my Alienware M17, was just a really quick video that I did. Took a lot less time than some of the other really drawn out review videos I did of some tech for dads videos, and that one's gotten about 56,000 views from way back when I posted it, when the channel was kind of small. So recently I've been focusing more on gaming computers, and it seems like that's the kind of content that people are liking the most, and the kind of content that YouTube is suggesting the most, so I'm gonna kind of stick with that. Haven't seen them in stock in weeks. Yeah, computers are going out of stock really quickly these days. I hope that as cryptocurrency kind of tanks a little bit more, or at least doesn't grow as much before, that the desire to mine cryptocurrency isn't as strong. That way the graphics card prices come back down. Just too many people sucking up these fast machines so they can mine. Or it's just the trickle-down effect too, because when all of the really high-intensive processors get sold up, then the next bet are the smaller mobile machines, and people that just want to game, just want to have fun and play, and aren't trying to be greedy and make millions of dollars. They don't get them. In the future, if you do grow and get big and stuff, will you give away computers? I would love to give away computers. I do plan on increasing the amounts or the size of the giveaways that I give, for sure, as I get bigger. Because right now I shouldn't be still doing giveaways because I'm not making hardly any money right now. But I want to, and I think that there's other people out there that are doing even worse. And it's just something nice to do. I think eventually it'll kind of even itself out from the good that comes from giving. The screen looks amazing on this machine. It's got 100% DCI-P3 on it, and it's Pantone validated. So it's, I mean, they say it's the best, the most accurate color you can get on a laptop display, and it looks really good. Honestly, I think that when people are searching for what computer to get, and somebody does, somebody builds up a reputation of giving good, honest reviews that give people all of the most important information they're looking for, I would think that the companies that create those laptops would want to sponsor a giveaway for those computers so that it brings more attention to this channel that is giving the people all the information that they need. So then people jump on this channel because they want to be one of those people that are possibly going to get that laptop. But then there's just so much more exposure and attention on that brand because that brand sponsored a giveaway. Just makes sense to me if they would want to do it that way, but that's not how a lot of the brands think. Almost done with this one, and then we'll jump on to Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Alright, so we got 1442. Go ahead and screen grab this. People are complaining about the lack of a print screen button on this computer. I mean, there's function F6 is a snipping tool, and I like the ability or the extra features that the snipping tool has above just the print screen tool. So I'm not sure what all the fuss is about. What did I say that was? 1442. Save that, and now let's jump onto Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Oh, I just got the G15 today. Nice. Congrats. How you liking it so far? It's the 2021 version. So the other games that I have, I've got these Steam games: Apex Legends, Cyberpunk 2077. Grand Theft Auto, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, The Witcher, and then I've also got Call of Duty Black Ops. Call of Duty Black Ops 4 and Doom. Doom is also on this machine, so I plan on running that as well. But since this was the first request, I'm going to jump on to Shadow of the Tomb. Why do I keep saying Shadow of a Tomb Raider? Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Close that. I'm going to connect this again. Connect device. Why is it not letting me connect? There we go. Yeah, it is super light. What do you think about the Armory Crate app? That's, I mean, that's pretty top notch, huh? MSI still running? Because I want to make sure I'm recording my data here. Yeah, it's still running that. Yeah, look at that. GPU temperature staying pretty low. I mean, these benchmark tests pull a lot of resources. Scan this again. There we go, and now I am seeing my information for the computer on my phone so that I can give you up-to-date temperatures and the CPU and GPU frequencies that are going on, what usages or what their usage percent is at, and what their fan speeds are at while we're in the benchmark. So let's go ahead and run that. What do you think of R7 4800H rather than i7 10th gen? Yeah, I think the R7 is going to give you some better temperatures. Overall a better performance on the R7. Ryzen 7. Let's see, did I miss anything? You should get The Binding of Isaac Repentance. It's a fun game. I'll have to check that out. What's Binding of Isaac Repentance about? Let's make sure these settings are at the highest. And now, run benchmark. Wow. Over 100 frames per second in a populated scene like this at the highest settings. That's pretty impressive. Especially for a 15-inch laptop. Wow. Man, I just got my Alienware M17R3. I mean, last year I got it, but this tiny little laptop is leaving that one in the dust. No problem, Con. Which gaming laptop you looking into getting, Con? Or are you thinking of a regular desktop PC? So right now, temperatures from my handy Armory Crate app on my phone, linked to the computer, says the GPU temperature we're getting right now is 48 degrees Celsius. CPU temperature is 85 degrees Celsius. It's only using 13% of the CPU right now. You know, something's telling me this isn't updating up as quick as I'd hoped, though. I feel like the app is a little behind. We'll jump into MSI right after this benchmark is done and see how accurate that actually really was as far as the system info showing up on your phone. The ASUS Tough Effects 17.3. 17.3. You know, as a content creator, the computer that I'm really interested in, oh, I just forgot the name of it. What was the name of it? Hold on a second. Average frames per second, 106. On Shadow of a Tomb Raider, that's pretty... Wait, preset medium? I set that to highest. Okay, that might have been a factor. How did that go to medium? Alright, well I'm gonna at least screenshot this. Let's see if those temps were really the right temps. Is this synced up with my app? Looks like the app is updating every second now that the game has not been doing its benchmark tests. So I bet you when you're in game, your system info is not going to be 100% up to date. Still pretty cool though that you can do that at all. Alright, so let's print screen this. Oh yeah, let me jump into MSI and see, or Afterburner, and just see what the temperatures were doing at their max. So when I was playing that, the GPU temperatures were getting at maximum down here, about 74 degrees Celsius. What was the CPU doing? CPU got kind of hot down here. You were seeing 96. What frequency were we getting now? Probably getting a pretty good frequency. 4.4. Usage percentage. Yeah, I wasn't needing to use the CPU that much. I haven't looked into how to set that up yet. Toggle on-screen display. Are you talking about having this always on? Or, yeah, I actually haven't looked into a lot of the settings on here yet. Toggle on-screen display. Oh, on captured screenshots and video. I don't know if that's just for video capture or if I can do that live. I'll have to look into that because I haven't figured out how to do that yet. So we got 106, and I think that was at medium. I don't know how it got to medium, so let's go to highest, because that's the benchmark we care about. Right now the keyboard doesn't feel that hot. There's some weird vents that are kind of angling towards the screen. The screen itself doesn't feel hot, but there's a black panel underneath the screen that kind of gets most of that heat, and that feels pretty warm. Okay, it's more at just over 100 right now. The OSD settings will let you see wattages, RAM usage, and checks clocks ECT live. Huh. Thank you, Zeem. Yeah, just starting out with a channel like this, I'd realized there's gonna be a lot of people within the chats that probably know more than me, or know different things that I haven't figured out yet. So I really appreciate when you guys jump in here and kind of give those helpful tidbits. It's definitely gonna get a lot more streamlined and a lot more professional as time goes by. But if I would wait until things are perfect or before I knew everything, before I'd start something, then I'd never start anything. But I've learned just an insane amount over the past year on YouTube now, just figuring different things out, people asking the right questions. It's been really helpful. And people aren't as mean as you would think as far as comments. There's been some mean comments, but the majority of them are nice comments or just helpful tidbits of information. I don't think people are as big of jerks as the news likes to make them out to be. There's a lot of nice people out there. And even if you get a lot of jerky comments, then just you'll understand that these people honestly don't really know that much about you to really understand why you do what you do or who you are. So judging yourself based off of some comments or multiple comments from multiple people and what they think about you doesn't really make sense. Okay, so that was at the highest preset setting. Let's see what the overall average for that is. 101, still pretty good. Do a little screenshot of this. So I like to screenshot my benchmarks. And our CPU temperatures were running at our max GPU temperature was at 74. CPU got up to 96. It's pretty hot. I wasn't seeing any bottlenecking. So 96 and 72. Oh, no. GPU was 72. I'm going to put those in the order that I saw them in. So we got 101 on that. Quit game. Forza is another good benchmark app. Jump into that one. This game has phenomenal graphics. It's really smart of any gaming company that decides to make such an awesome benchmark mode for their game and then giving it out for free, because then all of the different review videos jump onto that and show that game. Free advertising in their YouTube videos for the game. Just makes sense. Let's make sure that my settings are as high as possible. Ultra. So that's the highest preset setting. Benchmark mode. And finish. Setting preset Ultra. Achieved 123 frames per second. That's impressive. I'm liking it. I'm digging it. So go ahead and mark that. 123 frames per second. And let's see what GPU we got. CPU. GPU is around 74. CPU is at 93. $74, 93. Where do you get the benchmark demo for this? I got it in the Microsoft Store. I believe that's where I got it. I think if you just go into the Microsoft store and type in Forza demo, it'll pop up. Search. Or I think you can actually even type in the bottom corner. And then obviously I've already got it, but I think you can, or even clicking on that, it'll take you into the Microsoft Store. And then I think it'll show a demo down here. Forza demo. Yep. Forza Horizon 4 demo. It's a pretty big file. Let's see how big it is. See system requirements. Where does it say how big it is? Forza's Motorsport 6 demo. I should try that out too someday. Oh, not available. Never mind. No problem, Zeem. I said that right? Is it Zeem or Exeem? Well, since I love Doom so much, unless somebody else has a specific request out of the Steam library that I have here, I also have Call of Duty, Black Ops 4, Cyberpunk, Apex Legends, Grand Theft Auto, and The Witcher. So keep that in your memory bank right there, these games, and let me know after Doom which one you want to see. Because I love me some Doom. Pronounced like sang. Oh. Sorry about that. No physical drives, GPU driver error? I just played this yesterday. Doom Eternal, no physical drives. When you encounter the physical device's error while playing on a laptop, go to Device Manager, then look for Display Adapter and disable Integrated Graphics. I think there's a mode for that on here. Display adapters. Disable device. Did that mess it up? So that did not do what I wanted it to do. Enable device. So I disabled it and then re-enabled it. Let's try this again. play. There we go. Not sure what that was all about. Doom Eternal. Nothing like good old coffee and Doom. Game slot 1, continue game. Okay. I'm gonna make this more legit. Set myself a 1-minute timer. And I'm going to reset the frames per second counter. Apply changes, render mode, performance metrics, medium, apply changes. No, I want to be able to see my full amount of rendered frames. Off, apply. Performance matrix. Let's go to high, apply changes, back. Okay, so now we're gonna count how many frames we got within a 60-second time period. Right now we're getting about 65. Cut him in half, cut that person in half. Alright, timer went off. We got 21,000 frames in 1 minute. What's the math on that? Divided by 60. No, that's not right. That's definitely not right. Okay, I'm just gonna give you the numbers that I'm seeing instead of trying to average them out. 160, 165. $60, $150. $70. $60, $170. So yeah, I was about resting at 165 that whole time, which is really good. 165 was the sweet spot. And our GPU was at 70, between 72 and 74, so let's say 73. CPU is at 96. Yep. 73 and 96. Alright, let's jump into some Call of Duty. Call of Duty BO4. Try setting up the overlay in the settings in Afterburner. It'll make benchmarking easier for you. Settings, on-screen display. See, I see the toggle on-screen display, but I don't see where to actually set that hotkey. Profiles. See, I see video capture, but if I want to do this live on my streams, monitoring tab. Show on-screen display. Apply. Direct 3D components cannot be hooked right now. It's strongly recommended to restart the application. Okay, I'll restart it. Okay. Graph and text. Let's see what that does. So I hit apply. I would think that it would show me, unless I'm missing something. Should auto display with the game once you select the items. Okay, so select GPU temperatures, usage, GPU core clock. Then I'm going to go to CPU. CPU clock. So frame rate. Tick check mark to activate the graph and access. Okay. Frame rate average, min, max. You may have just opened up my whole world saying, I don't know why I didn't look into this before. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm selecting all these before I hit show so that I'm getting the right ones. I got CPU temp, GPU temp, and I want to see the core clock, CPU core clock. CPU usage. Okay, so show on-screen display, text. Alright, let's see, that should give me what I'm looking for, I would think. Monitoring in OSD. What does in OSD mean? In on-screen display, okay. So I would think in-game it should show me that. Why did my multiplayer go away? Oh, there we go. Well, there you have it. There's all my temperatures, my core clocks, my usage percentages. Doesn't look like the frames per second got in there though. Let's see what happened with that. It's showing me only 40% was installed. How is that possible? Okay, we'll have to do that one later. Oh, it's not allowed on Battlefield multiplayer for the frames per second. What's up with my battle.net for downloading? Oh, here we go. So is it saying it's 86 gigabytes remaining? I don't know why my downloads keep pausing themselves, because I downloaded that a while ago. Well, I'll put that in the review. I won't be able to do that one today, or right now. But we'll jump into another Steam game. Make sure I did have my settings right as far as the average frames per second. Okay, so I checked them, but somehow didn't select on-screen display. Apply. Okay. Ooh. This should be good. Yeah, I selected or I did the checkbox or the check mark on the frames per second stuff, but I didn't actually click on the over the show on screen display part of it. Continue without account. Play. Just want to play. Only showing D3, D12, direct 3D 12 frames per second, instead of showing me, I want to see average, but max and min. Maybe my graph is taking up too much. Yeah, I wonder why I'm not seeing my min and max frames per second. So I want to make sure I'm getting my most accurate measurements as possible. I'm going to, as a backup, I'm going to set up frames per second here in Steam as well. Top right. You have to use hardware info for those two. Today. So in the top right corner, I'm showing 60 frames per second with Steam's inbuilt frames per second counter. Breaching. Continue. So it's capping me at 60 frames per second, so I need to change a setting. Everything's maxed out. It's the highest preset settings, Ultra. Now for, I think it's VSync that I need to turn off. VSync is off. Why is it capping me at 60 frames per second? Video. Maximum frames per second, 240. Yeah, why is it capping me out at 60? Something's not right. Well, it's 165 refresh rate, so Well, I guess it went over. I mean, maybe 60 is just exactly what it's giving me. It's just hovering at that exact number. So it did jump over 60 at one point. I just thought it would be slightly more than that.
Let's take this piece of wonder tech for a whirl. You're a man of little faith. See? We're rich. Now fire her up and call me when you're underway. Tell you where to go. Looks like this will be a cool breeze.
59, 57, 58, 59. Just never seen a frames per second that's that steady and consistent.
Get the fuck out.
Language.
Mayfield's mine. What are you doing?
Now it's down to 53, 56, 59, 61.
You're under arrest.
So the overall average of that is about 58.
On the ground, motherfuckers, now!
Jackie Wells, my old pal from the hood. See you haven't grown an ounce white. Hey, Detective Stinks.
Yeah, I do feel like it should be higher than that though. 57. And technically it's not capping it if it's moving.
Speaking of, your mug's familiar too. Come on, spit it out. I'm waiting. Left for Atlanta. Looking for a slice of
So
happiness.
now GPU,
Guess you didn't find
CPU,
I've always
GPU
maintained
temperature,
it's the same from all you termites.
77, CPU, 97.
Rat got your tongue? Come on, Stinks.
Now let's jump into The Witcher because got about 10 minutes left. Wait, make sure that closed. Cast your coin to the Witcher. Ooh, 397 frames per second. I mean, this is just the opening screen, but it's always fun when you see high numbers. Skip. Continue.
Draw your sword, Gout.
128, 130, 106, 130, 125, 127, 26, 30. Let me go up higher and see what happens once I have to render a lot more of the scene. $134, 132. So looking at all of these trees, what are we getting? Wow, we're still getting 134. Looking at all of that. 126. About this castle. $29, 135, 128, 124. 25. So I've been seeing between 125 and 135, so the average between that would be 130. I'm impressed with that. Of course I forgot to check my temps. Good thing this is logging it. The Witcher. 130 frames per second GPU. We were getting 75. Across the board, the GPU and CPU temperatures of all games are pretty consistently the same. 96 on the CPU. Alright, what's the other game that I typically do? Forza, Shadow, Tomb Raider, Doom, Call of Duty, Cyberpunk, The Witcher. I think those are the main ones that I always compare across. Call of Duty, I have to continue the download. Jump into one of my videos and make sure I'm not forgetting one. Oh look, a live benchmarks. What happens if you jump live on a live that you're on live? It's like an endless loop of live. Wonder how much of a delay there is. That's quite a bit of a delay. Jeez. That's like a 10-15 second delay.
What happens if you jump live on a live that you're on live?
That's, yeah, it's, I didn't realize how big of a delay that was. Jeez. Alright, yeah, so what I was looking for, sorry, ADD kicking in. I just wanted to see what my typical...
Showing the FPS at the highest and
no,
lowest.
that's not the one. This one shows a lot
Two
of
type
it.
A ports and an H. It's
Call of Duty, Cyberpunk, The Witcher. So yeah, it looks like Apex Legends and Call of Duty are the only ones that I haven't done yet. So we'll jump on to Apex Legends, and then that'll be it for these benchmarks. Thank you guys for sticking with me. The next one, as I keep doing these, they're going to get better and better. Just learning more as I go along. But feel free in the comments to let me know some information that you wish I would have talked about, and I'll make sure to be better on the next one. Wait, let me make sure everything else is closed. Okay. Well, easy anti-cheat, no thanks. I have to install something called Easy Anti-Cheat. Continue.
You call yourselves legends. Time for a new game.
Hold space to skip. That's what I'm doing. Do not register my space to skip. Thanks for the content. Absolutely, Sang. Thanks for hopping on and sticking through my little hiccups. And also thanks for showing me that overlay function. I always wondered how that worked. I'm holding space. What's going on? There we go. Guess I had to hold space longer.
Welcome to Apex Legends.
Welcome to Apex Legends, yeah.
Call me Bloodhound. Let us begin with basic movement.
Basic movement. 165. Okay, so it's locked at 165. That means VSync is capping me out. So I am going to fix that. disabled. Does that fix it? Nope. It's still showing 165. Adaptive resolution FPS target. Gameplay. Do I need to hit apply? No, there's just because 165 is my refresh rate, so I know it's capping it out right now. I thought there was a setting in here. Gameplay. So I'm gonna turn off VSync in my display adapter settings. What else in here? Display settings. For NVIDIA. And let's do VSync. Off. I think turning that off lets me run at frames per second that are different. Hello, ABD. How's it going? Variable. So I'm going to apply that, and hopefully that makes it to where it doesn't cap off my frames per second. Disabled. VSync. Interesting. NVIDIA Reflex. What is NVIDIA? So yeah, it's definitely capping it out. Adaptive resolution. FPS target. Apex Legends. Yes, cap. How to set remove the FPS to cap. Properties. In Steam, okay. Right, command. Unlimited FPS cap. Let's do that. Yes. Do that within Steam. How's it going, Mighty the developer? So within Steam properties, updates. Properties set launch options. Properties. Let's see, set launch options. General. Okay. And maybe that does it. Felt kind of easy. See if that takes off my cap. Well, I appreciate that, Mighty the developer. It's great to see you on the channel again. Big shout out to Mighty the developer for always being such a supportive person. Alright, now let's jump into this. I think that probably took off my cap. There we go, nice little online tutorial to show you how to remove your FPS cap. So look at that. We're getting 172, 160, 157, 179, 183, 190, 183, 185, 170 over here, 172, 173, 170, 175. So average 185. $175 is about my average on that. 71 CPU, 94 CPU. Alright guys, sorry I couldn't do Call of Duty. I'll get that one downloaded, but I'll have that in the full review, or I'll put that in the comments of this video. Thank you guys for watching today, and stay tuned for my full review this Friday and my next gaming PC benchmarks that I'll be doing in the following months. Thank you guys for watching. I love you guys. God bless.